Hey guys, here we go. We got it working out. Colton, Lindsay here, coming at you live in the Fearless Agent Facebook group, talking Fearless Agent Live today. The do's and the don'ts of working on Labor Day. How many of you guys happen to be working on Labor Day? Well, if you're watching this recorded, you can maybe respond of how many of you did or did not work on Labor Day, and how do you make that choice or that decision whether to work on Labor Day or not? You know, I've been in the real estate sales game around 12 years now, and there's been Labor Days I didn't work and Labor Days that I did work, but there was one reason that always allowed me to make the decision to either work on a Labor Day or not, and all had to correlate directly proportionate to what my goal, what my target is that I was looking to achieve. I understand that in order to get a certain result, and this is what I hope you guys get, if you want a certain result, if you want the output, not focus on the output, focus on the input. So I know I have a huge goal that I want to break the 100 transactions this year. I've never done it before. I want to hit that 100 units, right? So therefore, what I do between now and the middle of November is what will actually make the decision if I break that 100 units or not. Now, I obviously cannot guarantee that I do that, but I can guarantee the input. And Labor Day is one of those fantastic days to put the input in. So does it make it right or does it make it wrong whether to work or not to work on Labor Day? Absolutely not. But you have to learn to correlate it with what your goal is or what your target is. I understand that coming up in September, the end of September, I've got 1 week, 3 to 4 days out of the office. I know that in October, I've got an entire week of training camp in the middle of October and then another half a week at Disneyland with my family that I will be out of the office. I understand that in November, I have another 5 days I'll be out of the office in Miami. So between now and the middle of November to Thanksgiving time frame, I have several times that I'm gonna have probably 3 weeks total of not at the office working. So therefore, I have to make the choice. Do I work on Labor Day or do I not? And it's very easy for me to make that decision to work on Labor Day. See, we have almost created a sense of entitlement that we get Labor Day off. Now, it's not that I said you cannot take off Labor Day. Take off Labor Day if it fits with inside of what your goals are moving forward for 2017 and wrapping up the year with your transactional goal. But if it doesn't fit with inside of your goals, work today. Get on the phones. Set some appointments. My sales team today has already set 3 appointments this morning just by getting on the phones and prospecting. And in fact, one of the people that we did set an appointment with, but it was quite funny, she says, you know, it's really quite rude that you're making phone calls on a Sunday morning. And my agent just laughed and says, well, I apologize. It's actually Monday morning. We thought that we were working on a regular day, so we apologize for confusing you. But that just goes to show that this type of day, Labor Day, that sense of entitled day off, a lot of people think that everyone should have this day off, and so we tend to do the law of normalcy and treat it like everyone else does. But you don't have to. You can choose to work today, you can choose to have today off, it doesn't matter. But it doesn't have to be an obligated day off, nor does it have to be a given day off that's just assumed that you have the day off. So correlate what your goal is. If your goal is to hit X amount of units and you know that there's an input required to make it happen, work today, be happy to work today, do a full day out, do a half day out, does not matter, but understand what it is your target is that you want to create, right? Because there might be next year's Labor Day, I choose to have it off because I have a different goal in mind to finish up the year. So that's why I chose to work today, because I want to break that 100 units. I can't guarantee I'm going to do it, but I can guarantee I'm not going to do it if I choose. I apologize, I keep getting phone calls today. I don't know why people call me. It's freaking Labor Day like I'm working today. These crazy suckers. Anyways, be clear on what your goal is, where you want to go, and remember it's the input that determines your output. So I hope that you're clear on what your input is today. Doesn't mean that there has to be any input. You could be not working today, but be clear on what the input is required to reach your output goal, which may actually require you work today. So appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate you being a part of the Fearless Agent Nation. If you're looking to grow your business, if you're looking to take your financial world to a whole nother level, your income through real estate, make sure to go to fearlessagent.com, and we want to invite you to take the action, to sign up, to make the shift. There's still time in 2017, guys. We still got about 75 days of production to really ramp up and make this one of the best years of our careers. So I would encourage you at this point to understand how many days left of productivity you have and ask yourself, what is the input that I commit to doing between now and Thanksgiving, and still work clear up to December. Don't think that you can quit, but you have have to get your deals under contract by Thanksgiving in order to get them to close in the year 2017 so you can hit your targets and create new levels of production in your life. Thanks, guys. We'll see it. Go sign up for Fearless. Hey, if you're gonna win $1 million by guessing correctly, what price realistically do you think a buyer would pay for your house? They're gonna say, you know what, I bet they'd pay $350. So now they're already starting to get their head straight before you meet with them, and you don't have to deal with this whole pricing thing when you get there, because you're gonna go and do the Fearless Agent pricing strategy, and they're gonna have their head straight, and they're gonna start with your strategy.